I remember once when I was a kid, and the first time I actually tried to help my mother with the chores, she handed me a broom and she said, sweep the bedroom. So I was very happy. I was sweeping like little Snow White, putting all the dirt in a little pile, and pretty soon it was a big pile. And I didn't know what to do with the dirt. And I imagined my mom would come in and see that dirt and get mad at me. And so I said, oh no, I have to hide it. What am I going to do with this pile of dirt? So I just like swept it underneath the dresser where it wouldn't show. And then my mother came in and she said, oh, Ruthie, this is beautiful. What did you do with the dirt? And I remember sort of like shrugging my shoulders, pretending it didn't exist or it didn't matter where it went, hoping that she wouldn't notice or wouldn't ask. But she kept asking. So I reluctantly finally pointed over there under the dresser where I had swept all the dirt. And she laughed and she said, I wondered where it went. Well, now we'll get rid of it. And I thought, oh my goodness. Now I think, how many of us are shoveling the dirt under the rug or under the dresser or wherever, fearing that people will be displeased with us if we have feelings or things that we are ashamed of. That is exactly the problem, isn't it? That we're afraid. We're afraid to show that we have dirt in the first place. And secondly, we're afraid to let anyone else see us disposing of it or admitting that we have those things called feelings. So today, let's explore your feelings. Let it be your assignment. What are those feelings that you've been shoveling under the rug? That's our conquest, and it's a big one. Now, some of us think we know our feelings. Well, a lot of us do. I thought I knew my feelings. I thought everything was everyone else's fault for so many years when I was a kid. I could point the finger at the government, at those people over there, for all the wrong things they were doing that were making other people's lives miserable. And if they would just straighten up, it would solve the whole problem. Well, what I wasn't realizing was that my own focus on other people being the bad guy was causing me misery. And I wasn't happy. Because that was my big thing, was just trying to blame other people for the misery in the world. I really had to go through a period of self-examination where I thought, wait a minute, who wants to be around somebody who's miserable and complaining all the time? I mean, that's all I was thinking was important to do. Learn how to be a fault finder, and then you can change the world. Oh, but it doesn't work that way. It just makes you miserable. At any rate, we all have pain. And one wonderful thing we can do is find someone to share it with that won't criticize you even more, because then we'll just hide it even more. Can you be that person that somebody can share their problems with? Can you be that person who doesn't make people feel horrible when they say something that they're hurting about? Or can you be that person who they would even be willing to open up to in the first place? That's a wonderful gift to give to the world. If you can be that person that other people come to for comfort, they know that you won't reject them for feelings. Can you do that? That's a big, big, big accomplishment. If you can do that, my God, you're amazing. So this is our big challenge. First of all, I guess it was Socrates who said, know thyself. We need to be able to actually face our feelings, whatever they are, and be honest with ourselves. And if we're feeling sad and hurt inside, we need to get to the root of that feeling. Now, at the root of our relationships, at the root of our lives is our need for each other. We're not an island. We're not alone. We're all part of that branch of life, the tree of life. We're part of the tree. Maybe we're a leaf. Who knows? But we're stuck. We're connected by life, and that's love. Anyway, but the whole point is that we cannot ignore the other parts of life that we're stuck to. We can't say, well, I don't like that part. Boy, that elbow, it's just terrible. Now, the eyeball, that's pretty good. I like the eyeball. But we can't exist without each other. We are all parts of the body of God and life. Now, my daughter, one day she came in and she said, Mom, I'm lonely and I feel homesick, but I'm at home. I don't understand it. And I said, well, honey, don't you know that God loves you? And she said, yes, but I want somebody with arms and legs. So here we are. You know, and so I gave her a big hug. That's what she wanted. She wanted somebody she wanted arms around her. She wanted somebody to love her. And I guess I had been busy and kind of just forgotten to give her a hug that day. But they say that people need. Now, I've heard different versions of this. Some people say we need 3 hugs a day for our emotional well-being. Then other studies have shown we need 4 hugs a day for our emotional well-being. And I saw one that said that we have to have at least 12 hugs a day for our emotional well-being. Well, how many of us get 12 hugs a day? We must be an emotional wreck. So maybe you are too. I don't know. Now, I get plenty of hugs, so I'm lucky. I'm very blessed. My husband is lovely and wonderful, and I'm just so happy with him. And anytime I need a hug, I just give him one of mine. And I get one too. So if you see somebody without what do they say? If you see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours. Or if you see somebody without a hug, give them one of yours too. Or if you're without a hug, give somebody else a hug. Comes right back. Anyway, so we are all alone. No, we're not. We're not alone. Who said you're alone? Sometimes we feel alone. Well, so what are we going to do about it? Well, we have to open up. We have to find somebody we can talk to. So that's our big challenge. With number 1, to be able to recognize how we're feeling. And number 2, to be able to share that with someone else and share it without accusing them. As soon as we realize that we've swept our feelings under the rug, and you know what? It's so common. You always see those old cartoons where the guy sweeps the dirt under the rug. Everybody, why do they do that? It's a universal thing. People say, oh, I don't want anybody to know that I have dirt in my house. Oh, no. We all have dirt in our house. That's the point. We need to just face facts. We're all in this same leaky boat. What do? Rejoice. Rejoice that at least we're not alone in this horrible pile of mess. What do we do with it about it? What do we do with the dirt? Now, when I was a kid, well, I was just like, what, 6 years old? So I didn't know. What do we do with our emotional dirt? My mother was my facilitator to get rid of the physical dirt. She told me where to put it, in the trash. She helped me sweep it up. She helped me gather it together and put it in the dustpan and then dump it into the trash can. Now, that's what we need to do with our own emotional garbage. We need to find somebody who can help us get it out from underneath the places we've stuffed it. Because sometimes we forget it's there. We haven't wanted to look at it. It's just been something we say, oh, no, it doesn't exist anymore. I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, the reason why we don't see it is because we're not looking at it. We've refused to look at it. We have shoveled it so deep behind us that we cannot see our own dirt. And that's why we need a facilitator, a counselor. We need each other. We need other people. And that is so freeing. Oh gosh, it's scary. The first time you open your mouth. Now, this is why people go to like meetings, whether they're group meetings, counseling meetings. That's our biggest challenge. Find somebody that we can share with. And that's why I'm here today. That's why I'm here, because I've been finding out the dirt that I shoveled under the rug for years. And I've been finding all these ways of not only pulling out the dirt, but how to get rid of it. So it's not just sitting in a pile in the middle of the floor, making you feel terrible. We can learn to get rid of it and actually put it in the trash. And then, thank goodness, it can be collected and taken away. That is the wonderful miracle of self-discovery. And that's what they call processing our emotions. And we can do it. We can really do it. So let's get together. Bring your tired, your poor, your huddled masses of dust and dirt and bring them to me. And then we'll have liberty. We'll be able to have liberty. Freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from the pain of stuffing the feelings. And freedom to feel new feelings. Once the old feelings are washed away, then we can feel wonderful again. Then we can begin to feel new, clean, beautiful feelings again. And so let's begin the work. Finding out what's under the rug that we swept there long ago. Finding someone to share our deep feelings with that we've shoved under the rug, and begin the long process, the long, arduous, hard process, but the only process that we can in order to get rid of that dirt, begin the process of cleaning it out, pulling out the dirt so we can finally get rid of it. And then we can be fresh and clean again. We can have a new life. So I'm here to share with, to talk to. So thank you so much for coming, and let's look forward to next time when we can again open up our feelings and find out more about how to be happy, how to find our happiness, and how to hold on to it so we never lose that joy within. And that's my mission. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. Enjoy, and we'll talk soon, okay? So signing off for now. We'll see you next time.